Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dora and this is an introduction to a new project that I'm starting this year. It's probably going to take me a little bit more than just 2026 in order to get to my goal. I want to work on all of my older makeup products in my collection. I've currently got 38 products in my collection, excluding eyeshadow palettes, nail polishes and single magnetic eyeshadows that are 2 years or older. A lot of them are favorites and I haven't really quite allowed myself to use them because I've been prioritizing other things, but now they're starting to get older in my collection. Other products here I'm not even that sure about. A lot of them are declutters that I have received. I've sort of had them in, fun projects here and there for usage goals, but I've never attempted to finish them. But with all of these 38 products, I would like to eventually move them out of my collection, either by panning them or by decluttering them. If you know, decluttering is difficult for me. I only declutter things when I'm really sure that something has gone bad. Sometimes, occasionally, I pass things on if I know that they're going to a good new home, but generally I don't declutter. So I'm hoping that this project is going to help me to do that. And because I've decided also with my Pan That palette choice for this year, I want to work on favorite products. I think this is going to be really interesting and it's going to help me to reduce that number so that hopefully eventually I'll be able to have a collection that is more up to date in terms of expiration dates. That's my long-term goal, so why not start right now? And I think the timing is kind of nice because actually I've been really good at not buying a lot of new things in 2024. So there are only 2 products which are going to be joining this project later on this year. I'll show them to you later, but it's basically an eye pencil and a lip product, a bullet lipstick, and they'll join in August and October. So I think it's kind of nice. 2025 is probably going to be a little bit different. Definitely more products have come in as I've been able to drop categories out of my no buy because I have achieved my goal number. But still, yeah, with a lot of these products, I've just really not touched them in a while. And I think it would be such a shame if the favorites from here are gonna go bad. And if anything, that's just older and I might be tempted to stick it into a project to finish it, but I actually find out I don't really like it, or it's not doing anything for me, or maybe it's already gone bad, then why not catch them in this project and figure it all out and kind of reduce my collection that way as well. Included in these 38 products is any type of Franken product, because as soon as I'm mixing older products together, and especially if it involves heating up the product, like with lip products, I just want to immediately put that in here, regardless of how old the original product or products were. Secondly, I've included any declutters in here. With a declutter, usually I don't know how old it is, and usually it is probably already close to the 2-year mark. So I'm just chucking all of those products in here. I think that will hopefully also help me to say no to declutters. It's a bit of a soft spot for me, especially if you're on a no buy. I'm not breaking my no buy by taking on declutters, but I still get to find out how new to me products work. It's still something new in my collection, but I'm not technically breaking my no buy. I already have 2 categories in my makeup collection that are up to date, so to speak, where everything is under 2 years, and that's my eyeliners and my concealers. So obviously there is an eyeliner that will join later, but there's not a lot of it left, so I might be done with it before it gets to this project. Out of these 38 products that I'll be showing you, 11 of them are in my plan to pan for this year, my 26 and 2026. So I'm already focusing on those. Plus 1 extra one is in my BYOP, so my Build Your Own palette for this year, which I am updating as part of my Pan That palette series. So 12 out of these 38, so that's what, 26 products that are still, up for grabs. Kicking off with face primers, I've got 5 here. These are my 5 face primers and they are all 2 years or older. In no particular order, GM Trended Up by Redness. I've also got a tiny bit left of the Bare Minerals Original Foundation Primer. Then I've got the Revolution Pore Blur. Really like this product a lot. the Collection Gorgeous Glow Filter Finish Complexion Boosting Primer and Illuminator, and then the Revolution Ceramide Primer. These two are in my plan to pan for this year, and the other three I'm sort of working on them in my own time. As for foundations, I've also got 5 here, although I have 7 in my collection, so 2 of them are not old enough to be in this project. Again, in no particular order, Westman Atelier Foundation Stick, and this is in my plan to pan, as is this one, Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24 Hour. Then I've got a concocted Note Detox and Protect foundation. I've got another concocted foundation. I'm really close to being done with this one. And then a still sealed Primark illuminating foundation in Nougat. I've got 2 face powders here. There's the Lottie London setting powder. This is in my plan to pan. And then I've got a Franken in this Alverde component here. This is just a Franken of eyeshadows, and I have recently hit pan on this. Sticking with complexion products, there is the Physicians Formula highlighter, Rose All Day Set and Glow. It's probably a setting powder, but I use it as a highlighter. It's a very shimmery setting powder. I use this daily, but only on my brow bone. I find it a bit crazy that this is already more than 2 years old, because I so remember receiving it in an advent calendar, but that was from December 23. So yeah, it has been 2 years now, but it just sort of, in one way, feels like yesterday with these advent calendar products that they joined my collection, and I would have shown them to you in other videos, but it has been 2 years. Kind of goes fast. Right, okay, more complexion products. These are my cheek products. So I've got a couple of bronzers here and then blushes as well. Powder. Oh yeah, we'll do those first. I'm not quite done with cheek products yet. So I've got the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Dolce Pink. I am wearing this one today. I really like this one. I've got a mini by NARS Dolce Vita. I just had this on a little trip with me. I absolutely adore this one as well. Then I've got an Essence Matte Touch Blush in Bury Me Up. This is a declutter, but I know it's definitely more than 2 years old. It's matte, but I might Franken it. But you know what? It's already in here, so it doesn't matter. And then I've got this Laura Mercier Shimmer Block here. And this is Pink Mosaic. It's quite highlightery, but if you use all of them together, they're really, really pretty as a shimmery blush topper. This is a product that I really love, but I just never use. Here's a declutter I received, but I'm pretty sure it's on that 2-year mark already as well. Barry M Heat Wave or Island Heat Wave powder bronzer. This actually surprisingly works really well on my skin tone, just lightly dusted. And then I've got this Franken blush bronzer here, Sisley and Bare Minerals, and this is in my BYOP, and it actually has been in my BYOP for over a year now, and it was also in my plan to pan for 24, so yeah, that is still here. 2 more cheek products. These are 2 cream blushes, H&M Do It All Stick in Rose Coral. I am working on this one and the other one in my plan to pan for this year. And this is made by Mitchell Blush in Posy Rosy. Let's move on to eyes and then lips, and then I'll show you my focus products. I've got 3 single eyeshadows here. 2 are from MAC, and one of them I use in my brows, and I've done that today as well. And it's this one here. There's really not a lot here, but I only use it in my brows. I don't put this on my eyes. It's just such a good match for me. And I don't know what the shade name is, but it's definitely more than 2 years old. And then I bought the other one on the same day, and this is MAC Typographic, and it's got a really nice organic pan in there, as does the other one. And this one is a declutter that I took on, and it's the Maybelline Colour Show in Chic Taupe. Yeah, here it is. I'm not even sure that I've actually used this on my eyes yet. Maybe once. 3 more eye products. These are all shadow sticks, and I've got 2 by e.l.f. and 1 by Kiko. So let's start with this one here. This is Kiko Long Lasting Eyeshadow Stick in 11. It's a really pretty lilac shade, and I am panning this year, and this is it all the way rolled down, so it's almost brand new. but it's over 2 years old already. And then these two are both e.l.f. No But Shadow Sticks. This one is bronze metal. I've got that as a base for this eye look today. And then this one is perfect pearl. I'm not rolling them all the way up. This one has broken off already, and this one is in my plan to pan as well for this year. Let's look at lip products. There are quite a few, to be honest. I took on quite a few lip products last summer as declutters, and then I also created 3 Franken lip products. I'm going to start with these bullet lipsticks here. So I've got 2 red ones and a pink one. The pink one is a declutter that I took on. Manhattan Lasting Perfection Matte Lipstick in Pinky Rose. And here's this one. I've used it a little bit, really liked it. And then these two are almost identical. This one was in the advent calendar 2 years ago. MUA in Razzleberry. Really like this one. And then this one is L'Oreal Color Riche Blake's Pure Red. And that's this one. I've got a lip crayon as well, and this is in my plan to pan for this year. Revolution Velvet Kiss Lip Crayon in Decadence. And here's the colour. Again, I'm not rolling it up all the way, but yeah, there's still a good amount of product there. And I've got a lip gloss here, Note Mineral Lip Gloss in Coraline. This I tried to pan last year and I couldn't. But, you know, I made decent progress. I've got a touch of this on my lips today as a sort of toppery gloss. 2 lip liners. Is that it? Yeah. Yes, okay, that's not too bad. These were both declutters that I received in the summer. This one is Manhattan Extreme Last Lip Liner, just in red. Again, it's in my plan to pan for this year. This takes forever to roll up, but here's the color of it, and it really matches that MUA lipstick very, very nicely. And then this one is Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in Rich Wine. And it looks like this. And then these 3 Franken lip products here. So this is when I concoct lip products and I mix them by using a candle warmer to heat them up, melt them down. And I use scraps of lip balms as well as lipsticks. And yeah, I can't tell which is which, but obviously, you know, by opening up you can see. So this is a sort of brown nude type of color. I really like this one. And then I've got a more red one. Really like this one as well. And this one I'm sort of a bit more meh about. It's a red brown and it's more sheer. Yeah, far more like, I think I used quite a lot more of a soft balm in this specific mix. And my final product, a Labello Hydro Care Lip Balm. And I really don't have a lot left here, but it's still in here, and it was also a declutter that I received. Yes. So those are my 38. I'm now going to quickly show you the 2 that will possibly be joining later this year, unless I finish them. So in August, this one will join, and that's the Mina lipstick in 257. I actually tried to pan this last year, so there's decent progress on here. I'm not too worried about it. And then there's this one here, another remnant from last year's plan to pan. This is a P2 Kohl in black. And yeah, if I remove those, so here's all I have left of it. And this would be joining in October. I think it's probably going to be gone before then, but you never know. But just to point that out, 2 more products may or may not be joining. Well, at least one of them will be joining later this year. Let's talk about my focus products and my goals. In terms of my blushes, obviously these 2 cream blushes are already in my plan to pan. I'm trying to finish both of them, or at least one of them. I don't know how realistic it is to finish both of them in a year, but I wanted them both in my plan to pan for this year. So that side of my blush is taken care of. However, I have not rolled any of my powder blushes into my plan to pan. So I would like to roll all 4 of them into this project. And what I want to do is I basically want to allow myself 1 month with all 4 of these products and kind of do 1 week each and really take notes. See how I feel about them. try them out on their own, try them out on top of either one of these. So that's sort of, you know, 3 different ways of wearing them, each of them, and take notes on it so I understand how do they look, etc. How do I feel about them? And then at my first update in about a month, I'm gonna pick my favorite, and then whichever one that is, I'm gonna have that in here for 40 uses. And I really want to take weight differences as well. Eventually I want to do 40 uses on each of them, but I do want to start with my favorite one, and I think I want to continue with the other ones. Maybe I won't, but you know, this is what I'm thinking right now, and I think it'd be interesting to just see how much of it am I actually using, and also to understand which one do I like best. Obviously, these things might change. I might next year suddenly think that another one is my favorite, but it sort of also has to work with whatever makeup I'm panning alongside these, in terms of my Pan That palette, for example, foundations, etc. But I think for now this would be really good research, and since there are only 4, I think that works. Like I said, I might franken the Essence blush. I don't feel like I need to take notes on how I feel about this because I don't like it, because it's matte. I want it more shiny. So yeah, first homework is to franken this, and then try all these all out. So I've got the Essence here, then I've got the Laura Mercier Shimmer Block, I've also got the Milani, and I've got the NARS, and then pick one of them to pan for 40 uses, like I said. So that's my first 4 products. I want to also work on this one a little bit. So this was the Maybelline Color Show eyeshadow and cheek taupe. And I just want to put it in here for 5 uses and then decide, do I want to keep it or do I just want to declutter it? Very simple goal, totally doable for 1 month. But, you know, I think alongside trying to pan favorites and figuring out which ones are actually my favorites right now, I also need to get that number down by decluttering a little bit. I also want to roll in this Manhattan bullet lipstick here, the pinky rose one. And I just want to trial it with the other lipsticks and lip products that I've got in my planter pan. So I want to just roll it in here for 20 uses and then decide if I find like a really winning favorite combo of how to wear this and pair this with my planter pan products. Then I want to keep it in here and possibly keep going, maybe add more uses on it or even try to finish it. But for now, I think 20 uses is decent to just experiment with it a little bit, get to know it better, and hopefully, you know, it might be able to help me, because this is something I feel like that's been lacking from my everyday makeup drawer. I don't really have anything in my lip category that is pink leaning, and I do miss that. I'm gonna throw some gimme products in here as well. The lip balm by La Bello, I mean, yeah, there really just isn't a lot, so I'm really confident this can be an empty for next time. Similarly, this one, I think it just needs to finally go, and I really enjoy it. It's a great shade match for me. I've mixed it so many times, but I think, yeah, this one is in here to finish as well. I'm also really close on the remnants of that Bare Minerals primer. There are maybe 4 or 5 more applications in here, so I'm gonna roll this one in as well to finish. And now that I've hit pan in the Franken face powder, I'm gonna roll this one in here as well to finish. Yeah, nice pan expansion for next time, I'm hoping. And the final product that I'm rolling in is this Elf Number Shadow Stick in Bronze Metal. It is broken off. Here is how much I have of this. So I may not get to all of it. Once it becomes impossible to apply it, it's gonna go. So those are my 11 focus products. And now you've seen the 38 that are actually part of this 2+ year project pan. I'm hoping to be able to shrink this inventory of these older products throughout the year, hopefully already at my next update with these gimme products. And then, yeah, just to sort of, you know, stay accountable, keep checking in, showing you, maybe not necessarily all of them in each update, but definitely to sort of keep things moving quite quickly, hopefully with many of them. Not possible with all of them, obviously. A lot of them are sort of, you know, barely touched, as you saw. But As an unofficial goal, if I can reduce my collection, or this part of my collection, by 15 products by the end of the year, I think that would be amazing. Then I'd be down to, and you know, bearing in mind it should go up to 40, to be down to 25, I think would be kind of cool. Yeah, maybe less than that actually, 24, considering that I may finish the eye pencil. Yeah, I think that's it. I've been so excited about this one. I'm just so tired. I woke up really early this morning. You know when you're in that really cozy time of the year when you're on holiday and it's, you know, everyone goes to bed. I mean, I go to bed late around Christmas and then New Year's as well. And then we had that little trip as well. And we just got back yesterday evening, and this morning it's just immediately been back to school and everything. So definitely tired, and we had a little bit of snow today as well, which was so exciting, and it stuck even for a little bit, for like an hour, and that was it. But I think my son got it in his lunch break, which must be so exciting for him because we don't really get snow a lot here. Yeah, so very, very, very excited about this project. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a lot of older products in your collection as well? Are you really strict in terms of when it comes to, you know, what it's actually saying here in terms of, this one actually says, oh my God, who can read that? Hang on. Okay, interesting. This one actually says 36-month shelf life, but this is my 2+ years project pan, so it will roll in August anyway. But yeah, I'd love to know, are you really strict? Do you look at the recommended shelf life? Do you then toss the product when it's reached that? Do you keep track of it? Do you only rely on your senses, or are you someone who's like, I don't care, I use it anyway? Are you holding back on favorites for some reason, and then you're not really allowing yourself to use them because you love them so much and you're worried that they may get discontinued, so you may not be able to get them anymore? Yeah, I'd love to know how you feel about that kind of thing. Please be kind. I think it's kind of understood that everyone in the panning community, we all use our makeup longer than what is recommended, don't we? And I think most people do that, to be fair. Yeah. But anyway, or maybe it inspires you to go through your collection as well and take a look, see what's definitely older. Maybe you want to join me. If so, let me know. You can update in the comments, or if you're doing that here on YouTube, for example, or anywhere else, let me know and I can link you so that other people can find you. I think, yeah, let's get our older stuff out. Let's love on all of our favorites, especially if they're getting older in our collection. And that way we're able to reduce our collection, and I feel like that's kind of satisfying in and of itself. But also, we deserve to use our favorites, don't we? And I know I've been saying that a lot recently in terms of my panning for this year, but I do think, yeah, I've just been like coming around to that idea. I don't want to hold back on using favorites anymore because eventually they will go bad. I think that's enough for me now, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you will subscribe if you haven't done so already, and other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care, bye.